The war is on fire between Russia and Ukraine. Why would Iraq be involved in this? Hello, screen شوف Iraq in the eyes of the West. Western media was perfectly covering the war between Russia and Ukraine, but they didn't forget Iraq. When there is a smell of war, Iraq must be present, even if the war is on the Mars. So let us watch how the American journalists criticized Iraq during the war of Ukraine and Russia.
This isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan, that has seen conflict raging for decades. This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to happen.
Hi, do you know me? I'm an Iraqi human living on this planet. Yeah, don't be ashamed. I do appreciate you are very surprised that I combined the words Iraq and human. Wow. I know for some of you it's weird, especially when you consider Iraqis an easy bite for death rather than life. Sorry, did you watch what he said in the video? Dear Iraqis, did you watch how some citizens in the West look at you? Do you know how cheap we are in their eyes? In the eyes of some Westerners, we are created to die with a bullet was made by a factory in New York. A factory of weapons is celebrating a large profits and sales in Washington for destroying and shedding blood of an entire Iraqi city. I remember you said Ukrainian citizens are civilized and Iraqis are not. Didn't you mean that? If Iraqi is not civilized, then what? Is he a piece of pizza? Excuse me, what is your definition of civilization? To talk about Iraq like this way. Iraq is a cradle of civilization in the world. Iraq has the first civilization in history. From the land of Mesopotamia, everything beautiful began. From the land of Iraq, art, science, music, civilization sprang. The time when you were fighting each other and killing one another, we were building and writing. We have the Sumerian civilization, and you have the First World War. We have the invention of the first letter in the world, and you have the Second World War. At the time when we were burying more than 80 million people after First and Second World War, we were digging out manuscripts belonging to our ancestors who opened the first school in history. With all due respect to the history of Ukraine, but it's a shame that a racist person like this speaks on your behalf. What? He apologized? What did he say? Actually, we don't care about what he said. We care about the wrong and racist perception he carried out. What are you apologizing for? If you really want to apologize to yourself for being a human with no humanity. If you want to apologize to Iraqi people, apologize for your war to Iraq, which stolen decades of our development. Apologize to the mothers, widows of the martyrs who died in the war you brought to Iraq. Apologize to the souls of civilians we lost in your war. Apologize to their families and children. And if you don't know, let me tell you that your state war on Iraq left more than 2,050,000 martyrs between murdering, sticky bomb cars, and torture of Iraqis by American in the jail. You should apologize to every single city in Iraq that lost its beauty, people, features, streets because the rockets trailed by your planes upon Iraqi heads. In the end, me and all Iraqi people say we are one and equal in this world. We wish no wars for all because we believe nobody deserves war. Wars take place. Politicians win while we pay the price. I mean us, the civilians. God save the world.